Hi, and welcome to another episode of Zazzle Chat. We have Julie here.
Hi guys.
She's been on a couple times before, but she is one of our senior merchandisers here. And we are excited about holiday.
Yes, I know holiday is upon us.
It is September, but, as they say, winter is coming. So, we are excited, and we wanted to get you guys excited about the holidays and kind of give you guys some tips and tricks as we enter the holiday season of what you can do now to start making sure that your store is well prepped and prepared. But before that, I'm just going to talk about some of the new products that we've launched recently. Because we haven't done that in a while, and we're always launching fun new products. So first of all, we've seen our hot chocolate and our lemonade. So that comes in 2 sizes, and these are really fun. These are really fun designs and fun gifts. They're actually sold in sets of 6, and the 2 sizes, and there's also a colorful hot chocolate. But yeah, these are really fun and cute, and they're perfect for gifting. So yeah, another fun holiday product. Another product that we just recently launched are foldable clutches. Which one's your favorite out of these 3?
I like this one.
The flamingo?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're actually available in 6 colors, in the body colors, and then you design this. And they're great little fun clutches, and this, the handle's actually detachable, so it can, you take it on or off, but they're leather straps. So yeah, they're really fun, really versatile, very cute to add to our ever-growing accessory line. Another product that we launched recently, we did mention on the forums, but because it wasn't like a brand new launch, you might have missed it, is our Zazzle OtterBox cases. So obviously we launched the iPhones, but this time we followed up with kind of some other styles, including the Samsung Galaxy 6, and then the iPhone SE, and the Samsung Note 4 and 5. So OtterBox is doing really well. And speaking of phone cases, we just launched our iPhone 7 cases, anticipated iPhone 7 cases. And so if you already had iPhone 6 cases, those designs will all be migrated to iPhone 7s. But go ahead and start designing on iPhone 7. We're excited. I think they're going to be a great holiday gift. Yeah. And we are excited to get those rolling. And we just launched the uncommon cases for now and kind of our basic cases, but we will be coming out with more OtterBox, Incipio, carved, and case-made cases. So stay tuned for the forums for when those launch. One other thing before we start is we sent out our first designer newsletter for those of you who are designers. If you did not get it, make sure you go and check your email settings. This is a great roundup of everything that kind of we post to the forums and the blogs, and sometimes we know you guys are busy and you're not always glued to the forums all the time, so we are doing a monthly recap, and we hope this is the good information so nothing slips through the cracks. Obviously we're trying to be better about communicating, and this is just one of the ways that we are putting forth the effort. So anyway, now let's talk to Julie. So as a merchandiser, what is your day-to-day job?
I have the great pleasure of going through all of the wonderful designs that you guys put on our products, and we kind of work as a team to figure out what our customer really wants to see, and especially for this holiday season, what they want to see either for themselves or as gifts.
So we have so many products. We kind of divided. We were talking about sendables and giftables. Yep. We kind of divided them into 7ables. So just go with me. Okay. So first of all, we have sendables. So we have invitations, greeting cards. Speaking of greeting cards, we right now only have glossy. We're launching a matte card soon. So that will be really exciting, and I think you guys will be excited about that. But to complete the suite, we have postage, stamps, labels. How do you take a look at all these products and kind of merchandise them within a suite?
So we really like to see designs that kind of complement each other. So not necessarily the same design repeated and quick created on each and every product, but really thoughtful designs that have areas where you can customize it, whether it be the postage with the monogram and the label that has a template for your family address and name, and the greeting card with your family photo on it. We really want to see thoughtful designs that kind of carry a similar theme throughout multiple products. That way, when people like your designs, you are actually upselling and getting more of a kickback because they're going to be buying more of your products because they all go together.
So as a designer, how would you suggest they create them? Like, should they, publish them, or would you say create them in a collection? Like, how would you suggest that they get noticed by you to be featured?
We do go through the entire site pretty much looking for products, but one great way to show us that you have an entire range of products is to actually use the collections feature and put all of your like-minded products in a collection, name it, have a nice banner at the top. Those are things we really love to see, and we would hope to see more this holiday season. That would be great.
Next up, we have decoratables. That one I'm working on. But, obviously our invitations and our sendables are very popular throughout the years, and you guys probably noticed that from your sales and what forth. But our decoration stuff is also very popular. So our ornaments, stockings.
Yeah, so like tree skirts, ornaments, stockings, anything that would be kind of on the table during like a family gathering or a holiday party, paper plates, paper napkins, favor bags,
pillows,
blankets.
Food
Even. Yeah, we have, tons of things to keep the house cozy. And we love to see designs that have the family name, monograms, things like that are really special and are really the reason why people shop at Zazzle, because they can put, their own unique touch on all these products. So having the template like there and ready to go for them makes it a lot easier to shop.
Yeah, and I think we definitely see, there's so many great designs on our site, but what we see sells really well and is like when you can easily customize and making that template. And I think we've pushed this before, but templates from a sales perspective, when we analyze the data, are usually the top selling ones, especially ones with the easy to design templates.
Yeah, when a customer can really like visualize, their name or their family being on that wrapped canvas or whatever, it really does help sell the product.
Yeah. Next of all, we have giftables. So holidays are more about giving than receiving, as my mom always said when she forgot our Christmas gifts. But giftables are a huge part of our site, obviously. So mugs, pillows, blankets. What suggestions do you have for those?
I think that, really think about who you as a designer would be giving gifts to this holiday season, whether it be your parents and doing grandparent gifts from the kids, or, your niece or nephew or whoever it may be, and really thinking about what they would want to receive. So, grandparent gifts might be something more with, photo templates of the kids saying, "I love you, Grandma" or "Grandpa." And then other designs might just be like fun, cute typography that really highlights, the product itself.
Cool. Hangables. That's our arts and posters. So we recently redid the arts and posters page. If you didn't notice, that was Julie's hard work. But tell us about all the variety that we have.
So we have a ton of materials for art and posters. We have our basic posters come in all sorts of different finishes, and one of the new ones that launched was the wood poster, which is actually a flexible piece of wood, which is pretty awesome.
It has that wood texture, but it's still thin enough to be matted like a poster, so it's really, really cool.
Yeah, and it shows a beautiful wood grain, so whatever your design is will kind of highlight that. It's really nice. But we also have acrylic wall art, panel wall art.
Canvas.
The wrapped canvas, of course, is a huge one for us.
We have the thicker wood.
Yes, we have the wood panels. Those are also nice for the same reason. You can see the nice wood grain. And I believe that each and every piece is kind of picked distinctly, like based off of what design is printed. So it's a pretty cool product too. We have a lot of great.
And we recently launched the acrylic.
Yes, we have the acrylic wall art that's really, really glossy.
It's like a museum quality almost.
Yeah, it's very, very glossy. It's looks nice with like saturated color. Really like bold, vibrant stuff looks good on it. Typography looks great.
Yeah.
And we also have the ability to do like triptychs, so you could have a design that's split into 3 panels. That's pretty cool. Yeah, lots of fun art options.
Yeah, and I think art is one of those great products where, I think obviously there's a lot of templates and things, but when it comes to art, if you are an artist, like, obviously this is a great time to showcase your art. Make sure you put it on canvas that's different sizes.
Yeah.
We can, in the posters, you can kind of create any size you want, which is really great.
Yeah.
And art is one of those gifts. Sometimes you don't know what to get someone, but you can always give them art. And art is just one of those classic, timeless gifts.
Yeah, there's a lot of posters that do well during this time for gifting, a lot of vintage travel, inspirational posters, things with words. They, can accompany another gift really nicely too. If you're going on a vacation and send them a vintage travel poster to go with it or something like that.
Yeah. And we're down to our last 2. We have wearables, which is our apparel. We've talked about apparel. We're relaunching it, and we're excited. So this year we have a large focus on apparel. So make sure you check out our apparel, our refresh. You'll notice new models, and new photography and new style. So make sure to stay tuned. We will be pushing apparel from a from a merchandising standpoint as well as a promotional standpoint. So we hope you have all your apparel ready in your stores. And then our last is usables, which I'm calling cases, food, and like electronic stuff. So we just launched the pre-sale for iPhone 7. We're anticipating it will be announced on the 7th and then being released later on in the month. But I think anytime there's a new phone case sales do really well. So want to make sure you have those ready, especially this holiday season. It's a giftable if you get a new phone, kind of perfect accessory.
Yeah.
So we have so many products. It's sometimes overwhelming. But let's talk about some trends and kind of design ideas for our designers so that they can kind of make sure that their store matches them, and they don't have, just remember, you don't have to design everything. You need to take a look at all our products and figure out what works best for your store, and then figure out how to kind of merchandise that.
Yeah, we do. We love seeing when your store has an identity and you can kind of tell who would be shopping there. You're really thoughtfully picking out the products that you're going to design on, and the designs are all pretty cohesive and in line with what your customers would be interested in. So as we talk about the trends, really think about what works for you and your customer and what doesn't. You don't have to do all of them, but they're here for your inspiration and stuff that we're seeing out there for holidays 2016.
Yeah, so this is like your trend alert update. So first of all, one-of-a-kind designs.
Yeah, so we touched on this quite a bit when we were talking about the products, but just thinking about personalization, photos, family names, monograms, things like that really help elevate a product and really help personalize a gift for whoever's the recipient.
Words and witty sayings.
So typography has been huge for us. We love seeing all the clever things you guys come up with. So whether it's like a geeky saying or kind of like a fun play on words that, you know, fits nicely with whatever product you're designing on. We love seeing that because a lot of our customers like it as well. But yeah, for the holidays, just thinking about, you know, words that resonate with this holiday season, whether it's like Christmas carols or, you know, superlatives about the holidays.
Yeah, like
we love seeing that.
Brushstrokes, typography, kind of calligraphy. Those
Yes.
all do really well.
Yep. Like hand lettered and vintage, you know, signage, all that is very, very popular.
Next we have illustrations.
Yes, so illustrations, we like seeing, you know, the delicate little patterns that you guys come up with. When we were talking about this, we kind of were thinking about, you know, woodland themes, holly berries, bears and flowers and foxes and, you know,
Winter Wonderland.
Basically, yeah. So, you know, darling little illustrations that kind of help, you know, with the storytelling of whatever product you're doing, or whatever you're publishing on.
Gemstones.
So in the holiday season, we see a lot of these gem colors, you know, very rich reds, purples, emerald greens.
So jewel tones.
Jewel tones.
Winter tones.
Exactly. And also the theme of gemstones is very popular. So agate and geode and, you know, crystal and rose quartz. Those are very trendy themes right now that I think could also, you know, do well, maybe not for your holiday cards, but for, you know, the gifting items that you're kind of designing for. I think those could be really cool.
And like marble, we see those do really well in like phone cases or
Yes.
notebooks, that like the different patterns and the different textures kind of shown do really well.
Yeah, it's a very popular trend, especially for, you know, electronics and cases and those types of products.
Floral.
So floral is typically something you see a lot during the springtime, and I think that in the fall we need to remember that people are still drawn to floral, just darker patterns. So florals with darker backgrounds, you know, botanicals are really popular for us, so, you know, possibly botanicals shot with a black background to kind of show, you know, the different season of flowers.
Yeah, I've seen like succulents or cactus kind of pop up. Something that's a little different but still, you know, nature-y.
Yeah, and there are still tons of, you flowers that are blooming throughout the holiday season. I think poinsettias is a favorite that we see a ton of, but it would be nice to see kind of these like darker, moodier florals, especially for patterns. Again, electronics are really great for that. Accessories would look great with some florals.
Like our clutches, our fold-over clutches.
With like a dark floral. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Vintage inspired.
So vintage inspired is always a huge trend for our site. I think that this is, kind of runs the gamut from, travel, vintage travel to kind of vintage signage and like rustic kind of designs. So I think, keeping in mind the holiday season and what where people could go, like ski resorts, vintage skiing, ice skating, mountains, those type of vintage locations, will help you so that your, vintage products that aren't, super summery will also sell during the winter seasons. And then as far as, kind of rustic, again, the rustic designs and typography, still do well. So keeping in mind, your holiday spin on all those types of things.
Yeah, when I think of vintage, I don't really think like old. It's more like vintage inspired. I think like Joanna Gaines. Like if you watch Fixer Upper, her style, it's like edgy but still
kind of like rustic and cool. And also we have a lot of like 90s inspired vintage that's really trendy right now. So it could be, for like younger people, vintage could just mean like a vintage type of happy face or kind of bubbly writing.
Yeah, I love it when vintage is the 90s. Makes me feel really young.
Well, like a vintage shirt that you've kept from the 90s.
Oh yeah, of course. I definitely fit in those still. So, and lastly, Winter Wonderland.
The 70s.
The 50s. The 50s. Lastly is Winter Wonderland.
So Winter Wonderland, I think we tend to get a ton of, beautiful red and green motifs during the holiday season, which we love to see. But we also want to see, kind of the silver blue, kind of frozen version of the winter as well. So, to not forget that, we have icicles, snowflakes, snow globes, snowmen.
Frosts.
Yeah,
Frosty.
anything frost related.
Frost yourself.
Yes. So penguins, snow bunnies. So just kind of thinking about themes that, maybe aren't so traditional, kind of doing something a little bit different and fun for the holidays.
Yes, exactly. So we went through a lot of designs today.
Yes.
And I think we will be putting this on the blog so you can kind of easily kind of capture it. But I think it's always good just to kind of go talk to our merchandisers to see kind of what's on trend as you guys are starting to prepare for the holiday. And like I said, winter is coming. It is still September, but holiday is right around the corner and we're busy preparing for it. And we wanted to make sure you guys got a head start as well because we obviously hope you guys have a very successful holiday season.
Nice.
So we will be putting all this on the blogs. But thank you so much, Julie, for taking the time today and kind of going through some of the thought process as we prepare for the holidays.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.